Hey folks, Sam Jacobs. Welcome to the Sales Hacker Podcast. Hope wherever you are, you're safe and sound and keeping clean and washing your hands, etc. Welcome to Friday Fundamentals. We've got on the show this week's guest from our virtual offsite, Todd Abbott, who is the president and COO of Insight Squared. And we're going to be talking about why funnel reviews are broken and what you can do to improve them. Now, before we do that, we want to thank our sponsor. Friday Fundamentals is brought to you by Outreach. Outreach triples the productivity of sales teams and empowers them to drive predictable and measurable revenue growth. By prioritizing the right activities and scaling customer engagement with intelligent automation, Outreach makes customer-facing teams more effective and improves visibility into what really drives results. Now, Todd, welcome back to the show. Our question to you today is, why are funnel reviews wrong and what can we do to improve them?
It's the way we've been approaching them that I think is wrong, in the sense that funnel reviews have really morphed into becoming data cleansing exercises. When originally funnel reviews were really meant to be coaching opportunities between a rep and a manager, identifying what's in the funnel, how do I help you as a rep improve your closure rate, improve your success rate on a deal, and in the process get a good view as to what's in the portfolio to be able to forecast. The challenge with that is that it's morphed into an ever-changing world that we're fundamentally relying on the rep and what the rep tells us about the deal. When you have multiple people engaged on a deal, we're relying on the rep. And as we all know, reps have different risk profiles, different thoroughness of their engagement, different approaches, and yet we're going all by word of mouth. And so what's happened is that we're spending so much time as a manager trying to dissect where the deal really is as you go from rep to rep to rep, or from manager to manager, depending upon the level of funnel review you're doing in the organization. And I believe it's fundamentally flawed because we're relying on rep input versus an automated data collection process of all of the touch points of a customer, both from a customer and to a customer. That should be automated. In order to get the full view of all of the touch points from everybody in your organization on an opportunity or in an account, it would be way too time consuming to expect the most expensive resource in your company to be spending as much time as they would need to enter that into the system. Get them out of the data entry business. And let's get our best reps, all of our reps, really using that time to think about strategy, and the manager spending time coaching versus just sorting through the data, trying to figure out what's real and what stage should it be at and what's the next step. So I think if you fundamentally get the reps out of the business by automating activity capture and providing machine analytics to helping the guide that discussion, whether it's the sales rep or the manager in a funnel review, to focus on the areas where coaching can have the greatest impact, we get funnel reviews back to what they were intended to do, which is good, productive discussions for the rep. And you walk out of there with a much higher quality view of the portfolio to be able to forecast your business much better.
So if I'm hearing that correctly, and by the way, this goes hopefully without saying, but let's just say it. Does Insight Squared have that capability to do that?
We do. We've got technology now that changes the game relative to how a rep gets the data in and how managers do funnel reviews.
Fair enough. So funnel reviews are broken, and we've talked about this a lot with a few other guests, but requiring reps to manually enter all of the data that you're going to use to understand your pipeline is a system that is broken by definition. And so we need automation to help change the funnel review from a data review meeting to a coaching meeting about how to improve performance against opportunities where we have the right information. Does that sound right?
There you go.
Perfect. Todd, if folks are listening and they want to reach out to you for any reason, do you have a preferred medium through which they can contact you?
You can reach me on email at tabbott, ABBOTT, at insightsquared.com, or reach out to me on LinkedIn, either way.
Awesome. Todd, thanks so much for being on the show. If folks want to reach out to me, they can. It's linkedin.com/Sam F. Jacobs. Thanks again to our sponsor, Outreach. Outreach triples the productivity of sales teams and empowers them to drive predictable and measurable revenue growth. And thanks so much to Insight Squared for their support of our virtual offsite and for letting Todd be on the show today. We'll talk to you next time.